Welcome in postgame here at Wells Fargo Arena. The Sun Devils got the close 3-point win over the Oregon State Beavers, 70-67. And Brady, this was another one of those games for Arizona State, inconsistent throughout, up big, and it came down right to the very end, didn't it?
It did. Once again, as Bobby Hurley and crew have really talked about, they've struggled to kind of just put these games away. And once again, we saw it here. Oregon State had 22 points in the first half, and this game really shouldn't have gotten close, but in the end it did once again.
Yeah, and we saw another one of the big Achilles heels for the Sun Devils really come into play down the stretch. Free throw shooting became huge. Arizona State couldn't knock down a free throw, and Oregon State really took advantage of it in the second half. It felt like it was kind of almost all Oregon State for like the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Well, they went, I think, 8 for 22 the entire game. Ryan Martin joked, he walked in the press conference and said, no question about the free throws, guys. But obviously the guys are taking it pretty seriously, as you can't see in the picture, but Lou Dortz is out here shooting free throws after the game. And yeah, it's just a thing they have to get better at. I mean, you make half of those misses, this game's put away. You can't miss 14 attempts. It's simple basketball. You get to the line, especially for a team that drives to the hoop and doesn't make a ton of threes. They have to get those free points.
Yeah, you couldn't say it better than yourself. Less than 50% is not going to win you a lot of basketball games. On the flip side, though, looking at things positively, what were some of the biggest takeaways on offense for this Sun Devils team tonight?
Well, Tayshaun Cherry had a really good night from three, and having those kind of contributions from three is really good because this team doesn't shoot them at all.
Right.
Another game where Dort kind of struggled out of the gate. I don't think he got a field goal until midway to the second half. But he had some good hoops. Zylan Cheatham had 2 putbacks late in the game that kind of sealed it. Rob Edwards did make the 2 free throws that mattered the most to seal the game. But it was more about the defense tonight, about anything else. Like we said, Oregon State only had 22 points in the first half. I think they shot a record low in the first 15 minutes of this season. And they came in tonight as the best shooting team in the Pac-12. So it's a big win for ASU.
And now looking forward to the weekend on Saturday. Oregon got a big win on the road in Tucson against U of A. What are we looking forward to them?
Well, obviously Oregon was the Pac-12 pick preseason to win the conference.
Right.
And they've lost Bobo. They haven't come out of the gates how they wanted to. But there's still plenty of talent on that team, and they're playing better. And if ASU plays the second half the way they did tonight, probably will lose that game. And that's the thing. We're at the point where ASU can't lose these home games anymore. We can't split because you keep going on the road, and then you're going to be forced to win 2 road games, which you haven't swept under Bobby Hurley ever. So these home games are going to be must-win every single time, and it's no different with the Oregon Ducks.
Yeah, the big stat was that the Sun Devils hadn't had a road sweep since the conference was called the Pac-10. But that's all going to come into fruition later in the season. Again, it's going to be Saturday night, the Sun Devils' next home game against Oregon. But as for tonight, the Sun Devils pulled out the big 3-point win, 70-67 over Oregon State. For Brady, Vernon, I'm Joran Palacio, House of Sparky.